Rebecca Davis was born in Delaware in 1831. Her parents were Absalom Davis and Matilda Weber. She was raised in Pennsylvania by an aunt, and later said, "It may be well to state here that, having been reared by a kind aunt in Pennsylvania, whose usefulness with the sick was continually sought, I early conceived a liking for, and sought every opportunity to relieve the sufferings of others." Around 1852, Rebecca moved to Charlestown, Massachusetts, where she worked as a nurse for about 8 years. Around the same time, she married Wyatt Lee, who had a young son, Albert. Tragically, Albert died the following year, which likely provided even more motivation to Rebecca to continue the study of nursing. In 1860, Rebecca was accepted into the New England Female Medical College. This was an amazing accomplishment. In 1860, there were 54,543 physicians in the U.S. Only 300 were women, and not a single one was black. When Rebecca graduated in 1864, she became the first black woman in the U.S. to become a formally trained physician. While she was a student, Wyatt sadly died from tuberculosis. After graduation, she practiced in Boston, mainly caring for impoverished black women and children. In 1865, Rebecca married Arthur Crumpler, a blacksmith, who had escaped enslavement. For a time, the couple moved to Richmond, Virginia, and Rebecca worked as a physician and teacher with the Freedmen's Bureau. She dealt with intense racism and sexism, with many male physicians refusing to listen to or respect her, or even to approve the prescriptions she recommended for patients. Rebecca and Albert later moved back to Boston and had a daughter in 1870, Lizzie. Lizzie must have died very young, as there are no further records of her. Their former home at 67 Joy Street is a stop on the Boston Women's Heritage Trail. They later moved to Hyde Park and remained there for the rest of their lives. Rebecca died in 1895, Arthur in 1910. Their graves were unmarked until 2020, when granite headstones were donated. The funds were raised by the Friends of the Hyde Park Library. You've probably noticed I haven't shared a single portrait of Rebecca. These photos are often shared along with Rebecca's story, but these are all other amazing black women with their own accomplishments. There are currently no confirmed portraits of Rebecca. I hope one is found someday. Poe is disgruntled by the audacity of using other women's photos and claiming they're Rebecca. Just say no. Thanks for learning about Dr. Rebecca Crumpler with me and Poe.